Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I have this delicious blueberry pie recipe for you guys. And this is basically all the ingredients that you need for the custard that's going to be your very first step. So basically it's 1 cup of white sugar, 1/3 cup of flour, 1/8 teaspoon of salt, and you're going to go ahead and mix those all up. You want to make sure that you combine all your dry ingredients first. Then you're going to beat 2 eggs. That's what it's supposed to look like. Then you're going to slowly begin to pour the eggs into the dry ingredients. Just make sure you get that really, really mixed in. And now you're going to go ahead and you're going to add the sour cream. So it's going to be 2/3 cup of sour cream. You're just going to go ahead and make sure that that is really, really mixed in as well. Okay, so that's the consistency that you're going to want to get. So when it gets like that, you know it's pretty much all mixed in. So on to the next step. This is going to be the topping that you're going to add to the blueberries after you put the custard. So what you're going to mix for this one, it's going to be 1/4 cup of white sugar, 1/4 cup of brown sugar, 1/2 cup of flour, and 1/4 cup of butter. Okay, so once you have all of those in, you're going to want to go ahead and get them all mixed up. So I used my Ninja and just went ahead and pressed the dough button, and that makes it up really, really quick. Okay, next you're going to want to go ahead and roll out your pie crust. I bought the ones that were already pre-made because it just makes life so much easier, and they're super, super delicious. So you want to go ahead and do the first layer, put that on the pan that you're going to be using, and then next you're going to want to go ahead and you're going to put the blueberries, and I used 3 cups of blueberries, and these are fresh blueberries. We actually picked them like the day prior. They were super, super yummy. So for the next step, you're going to want to go ahead and pour the custard all over, well, on top of the blueberries. So make sure you get them pretty much as covered as you possibly can. So once you got that all covered, you're going to want to go ahead and pour the other mixture that we did with the brown sugar and the sugar all on top of that, and just try to mix it in as much as possible. It doesn't really matter if it's like, you know, not as evenly. Everything, once it bakes, it's just going to kind of bake into it, and it just gives, I mean, you can skip this step out, but I feel like it gives it such a much better taste. Okay, so now you're going to want to go ahead and roll out that other pie crust and start to cut it. So make lines to use for the lines that are going to be going on top of the pie. Just using a butter knife, it's super, super simple. Just, you know, pretty much just make them as thick as you want. I actually ended up having leftover pie crust, so don't worry about there not being enough lines. So what I did is I basically used the longest one to place in the center of it, and then place 2 others on one on each side, and then just pretty much did like a crisscross. And this is pretty much foolproof. I mean, this is like the easiest pie recipe that I have ever done. It's super, super delicious. I mean, not just because I made it, but it's got to be one of the best blueberry pies I've ever had. And once you get, actually, yeah, and I had leftover pie crust, so don't worry about there not being enough to make all your lines to make it nice and pretty. So once you've got that done, you're going to want to go ahead and place it in the oven at 350 degrees for 50 to 55 minutes, and there it goes. It's super, super simple, super delicious. I hope you guys like it, and I will see you guys next time.